Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 6. Back again to look at another new route. Well, new one to me. This time it's the Northeast Corridor Metro North route, in that there America, going in and out of Grand Central this time, a station that we've not had before, and going to be using the Kawasaki this evening. No, not the motorcycle, the M8 train. Going to do a 4-line run, initially starting from not Grand Central and going into Grand Central, and then see if we will time, see if they will have, see if we'll heedle fly, see if, see, I was trying, see if I have time to then do a semi-fast service from Grand Central back out to somewhere else. That's the plan. For those watching on YouTube, ow, I've just hit my elbow. Anyway, for those watching on YouTube, there'll be links in, it's going to be one of those, there'll be links in the doobly-doo below, calm, to where you can get the route. There'll be a link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live, where you can watch me live on Twitch. How long have I been sat here? And why was it? Who put a cupboard there? And there'll be a link down there to the Discord server as well. Anyway, good evening then to Trent, to Michael, to Sim, to Stokey, to Nigel, to McBone, and to Nico. Yes, let's get straight, and to Ant. Let's get straight in then. Anyway, so Metro Line next week, by the way, because of issues, I couldn't show you this now anyway. Medway Valley Line, I will be doing in a week's time, a week tomorrow, in fact, on the Wednesday, because that then coincides with the videos that I had to go out tomorrow on YouTube and I had to change by a week. So Medway Valley we'll look at next Wednesday. For now, though, Northeast Corridor. Northeast Corridor, Metro North, New York to Stamford. I missed you out. Yeah, on purpose. Right, so a lot of this is layering. So if you've got your other American routes installed, you will get some more layering, therefore more trains you will see. The M8 comes as part of the route. You also get a version of the ACS 64. You also get the SD40-2 as well. The other stuff here is layering from New York Trenton or Morristown, Boston Sprinter, the Harlem Line, or Morristown or New York Trenton. So if you've got those other routes installed, you will see more of those trundling around. For this one, though, we are going to be doing the M8, and the 740 something is the one I think I've chosen to do as the start off. 749, there we go. Stamford to Grand Central Terminal is what we're going to be doing. So let's get on with it. There's a bundle on the Steam page for layering. I'm an advocate for saying keep your routes installed. So if you're into the UK stuff, keep all your UK routes installed. If you're into the American stuff, keep all your American routes installed. Even if you're not playing them, keep them installed because you get the layering, which is a thing. Right then. High round night. So key in, reverser into forward, brakes to max. Nice guy. We won't bother opening the windows. Lights. I will press that one. I've got a button now mapped to lights. Look at me being all professional. There's many of them, look. Many of the M8s. M8s? It's going to be one of... Oh, it's moving! It's moving. The train's moving. The train by the side of me is moving. It's slowing down. Right, let's get going then. I am really looking forward to this route, in that I hope it's going to be a busy one. I've heard that the train is evil. Well, I've done the train training in the train. And apparently it's going to be evil. So we will see what happens. I like the look of it. So we're stopping at Stamford, Old Greenwich, Riverside, Coscob, Greenwich, Portchester, Really? 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 Can we just stop now? Can I just not bother tonight? Is, is that going to be a thing? Right. Anyway, let's do where we're stopping before we move. Right. Stamford, Old Greenwich, Riverside, Coscob, Greenwich, Portchester, Rye, Harrison, nice guy, Mamaroneck, okay, Larchmont, New Rochelle, Pelham, Pelham Power Changeover, oh God, Mount Vernon, no, you can make your own jokes, Fordham, Harlem, and then Grand Central. Right. Should we get going? Because otherwise we never will. Right, there's a red down here. Do not run the red. Right, 300 feet is a red. I'm going to get a little bit closer. Don't run the red, 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 don't run the red. Don't run the red. I'm stopping there. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by a red, I quite like the look of the train. Looks very modern. And I didn't know Kawasaki made trains, but apparently they do. I'm guessing we've got to wait for this thing to come past. Hi, jammers. Or maybe we're not waiting for that one to come past? Is there another train? Is he just going to hold me now? Oh no, there's another train coming. Were they on the same track? Or was that train... That one just went past, that was on the next track, wasn't it? So this, because there's a train in front of me on the same track as me, so I'm guessing I've got to go over to the track where this train here is on. So it's got to wait to get past with the thing. Why not just drive past again? I wouldn't run a red. What sort of unprofessional do you think I am? Can I repeat that? Probably. Now we've got a yellow. Okay.
This station is Stamford. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Please watch the gap between the train and the platform. Okay. There's a red. It's 2,000 feet away. How incompetent do you think I don't answer that? I'm already liking that we've seen a couple of trains. So I'm already liking the busyness. And we're a long way out from New York. That's beeping at me. Alright, so we're going to Stamford, track 3. What's that over there? Is that some sort of freighty thing? Are you a freighty thing? What are you? Some sort of freighty thing. What was that? That was beeping at me. It beeped. I may get this. Has got me intriguey. Has it got you intriguey? You want to go to the doctors about that, Trent. Obviously the cream's not working. Wait till you see the 4-line run first, Trenty. I know you like Long Island Railroad. Intrigued. Close enough. That's beeping at me. So why are you beeping at me? Thankfully, it's not giving me a time that I'm supposed to be arriving at the place with the Stanfords. No, stop beeping at me. Yeah, I'm interested to see how busy this gets as we get closer. Oh, another train coming in over there, look. This must be a fairly frequent service. Oh god, that means I'm going to have a load of trains behind me, aren't I? Because I'm, because me being professional and all that, and not wanting to speed, I'm going to be, well, late is the only word I can use to describe it. We will shortly be arriving at Stamford Track 3. I'm just worried now because if you break the speed limit thing on this, then it puts the brakes on. Okay.
This station is Stanford. This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Old Greenwich.
I like the announcements. I do like the announcements. The announcements are very announcement-y. We are loading passengers. Right. Wait until 7:56. We can do that. Where's that traffic? Oh, over there on the freeway. It sounded like it's going under a... it's driving under me. I was like, I could hear it going from left to right. Metro North Railroads offer frequent service Stanford to Grand Central Terminal running 15 minutes during peak hours. Yeah, we're going to be late then, aren't we? 52 to 72 minutes. Yeah, it's an hour and 12 minutes. Right, Old Greenwich. Alright, let's get going. Let me get a bit of speed on this time. Right, go.
This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Old Greenwich.
Almost sounds tube trainy. Yes, it's got that tube train sort of motor whine to it. Quite like that. Oh god, it's gonna... 30. Oh, it's whinging at me about... Really? Okay. Alright, now buckle up. This is going to be an interesting one then, because even before I got to the 30, it wouldn't let me be above 30. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge. Right. So how are you supposed to keep to time? Right, I'm just going to do 26. So we got a 30, then a 50, then a 70. Professionals cope easily with challenges. I'm demonstrating this so that if you get the route, then you'll know how, the way the safety systems work. That's how, that's why I do it. I see, so we have to cross the track. Stop beeping at me. I'm guessing it's something to bring the view down a little bit. I'm guessing it's this track speed bit down here, though. So that's going up to a 70 now. So it's going to be a 70 all the way in, I'm guessing. Yeah, Old Greenwich. Track 3. Right, let's see if we can get a bit of a wriggle on. I think once you got used to it, you'd be fine.
This station is Old Greenwich. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Please watch the gap. It's probably no different really to a British train. Is their gauge narrower than ours? Is that why? I can't remember what the American gauge is. Is it narrow or is it the same? It might be the same.
This station is Old Greenwich. This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Riverside.
I wonder if it's by the side of a river. This is Old Greenwich. Have we got? Am I scared to do the horn? That's quite horny. Locking doors. Doors are locking on the right-hand side of the train. Both countries. Yeah. Okay. So the loading's different. Yeah. So they can have wider trains technically. Right. Riverside. It's getting a bit misty.
This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Riverside.
Imagine he's packed with American commuters. Right, it's going to whinge at me for 45. Why? I've got a speed limit on the thing for 45. I guess that's just pre-warning me. But there's a 50. So why is it saying 45? Track speed 70, signal speed 45. The one coming up in 3,000 feet is 50. Does it have cruise control? I've got no other knobbly things, so I'm guessing not. Although I've got that blue.
This station is.
Don't know. It might have.
As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
So got to be a mode. I've got to put it in for the cruise control. I like the fact it's single-handed operation. And now arriving at Riverside. Yeah, it is. It's the cruise control blue dot. I think that's what's telling you what the next speed is.
This station is Riverside. This.
Hey, that wasn't a bad bit of parking. Parking? Stop it. Oh, parking. Wasn't a bad bit of parking. There are people getting on or off. Well, if we get a bit of time at the station, we will do an American baldy check. Wait until 8:03. Park your train on the platform. All right, Barry. It's confusing with it. It's in feet. I was brought up in feet and inches, but it's like 3,495 feet. How far is that?
This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Coscob.
Coscob. The next station is Coscob. It's definitely getting a bit misty out there. That's a Wyver. We are going over a Wyver. That looks quite withery. With a house on the Wyver. A Costco baker lettuce roll. That's what we're doing on Thursday. More of the sandwich sim thing. At least it's got normal brakes. We're under an underpass. Bridge.
This station is Coscob. This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Greenwich.
I see one. Baldy. Hi, Julius. There you go. Sit down. Close the passenger doors for attempting to drive this vehicle. Alright. Greenwich is next. Going there in July. Not this Greenwich.
This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Greenwich.
The next station is Greenwich. Right, so just working out the speed limit thing. That says, oh god, yeah, track speed of 70 down there now. But up ahead we got 60, so it's going to tail me off at some point. There's a train going the other way. Yeah, I'm certainly interested to see if it gets busier the closer we get to Grand Central. Roughly on time. I'm sure that won't last. As long as I don't get any more red lights jumping out in front of me, we'll be okay. Right, we have a 60, then a 70, then a station. Don't try and accelerate to the 60 and then the 70 and then try and stop in the station. It won't end well. They do. Red lights jump out on you. It's a known fact. A bit like trees.
This station is Greenwich. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Because you've got to acknowledge the speed limit change, the AWS type thing. They do. It's the same phenomenon as when you go around a supermarket and chocolate falls in your basket. No one can explain how or why this happens. It just does. Another train. Does Planty jump out at you? No. Planty behaves himself.
This station is Greenwich. This is the train to Grand Central.
So yeah, another one going the other way, which they do that. Because otherwise all the trains end up in one place if they all went the same direction. And that'd just be bad planning. So they design them, they go both ways. Clever, really. So is this shared? This must... No, does it? I'm speaking about... No, what? I'll finish this sentence in a minute. Hang on. So does... I will get to it. So does this share... What was her song? Anyway, I believe... No. Does this...
This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Port Chester.
That's my port. Does this route, if you're American, does this route share any track with any other routes that are currently in Train Sim World 6. That's what I was trying to get at. And failing. Port Chester. Well, this goes into Grand Central, doesn't it? This is the first route that goes into Grand Central, but this doesn't go. The other ones are pretty much New York Penn. Yeah, the ACS goes into Penn. So I wonder if this does share any track. I wonder if that's why we'll see it busy. Hang on, we've got Miles now. Nice guy. If you're new to the streams, hello. Say hi. Go on, I dare you. If you've never spoken in the chat before, go on. Go on, do it. We don't bite. Just say hi. Not you. No, not you've. No, if okay, right. Look, I know you lot are a bit dense. If you've never spoken in the chat before, say hi. Not if you're an idiot. Hang on, you could be an idiot and also have not spoken in the chat before. Okay. Look, I'm trying to interact with people that maybe are too scared to talk in the chat, and you lot aren't helping. No, I give up. If you are new and you've not spoken before, this is what I have to put up with. Maybe these people see him. Thank you for the bit. No. My God, flipping heck. It doesn't like, so I wasn't even over speeding. I was doing the 50 limit, but not the 45 that I hadn't got to yet. You're just trying to save the newbies' mental health.
Port Chester. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Why is there a hype train incoming? What? Who's done something? Oh, was that Sim with his bit? Stop beeping at me. Oh, that's brakes. There's stop. Okay. I think the Medway Valley line next week is going to be a bit less stressful. I know it releases tomorrow? Friday. Thursday. But yeah, because things are about to change with regard to embargoes, I was going to stream it tomorrow night, but can't. Because the embargo is 9 PM. So I had videos due to go out on YouTube tomorrow, of which I talked about the upcoming stream. So I've now moved them to next Wednesday.
This station is Port Chester. This is the train to Grand Central.
So I'll be looking at
the station is Rye.
It is. So I'll be looking at Medway next week, which I know is after it's released, but that keeps the YouTube videos going out. So tomorrow night is going to be Thomas. We're going to do some timetabled runs in Thomas. Some James, some Gordon, and some Thomas tomorrow night. Thursday night is going to be more Sandwich Sim. I really enjoyed that the other night, so doing more of that again. Friday night we got some ETS2 in a Volkswagen truck, starting off in Cardiff. Saturday night, not sure. There'll be something. And then Sunday lunchtime back on the farm. And I say next Tuesday, if this is good, more of this. If not, another route. And then, say, Medway Valley next Wednesday. Right. Rye as in the flower? I'm guessing so. I was thinking of Catcher in the Rye. Why did the train engineer bring a ladder to work? He heard the freight train was high up in demand. That didn't work, Michael. That just didn't work. It didn't work. Yeah, so far, I would say busy, but we're still probably 40 minutes out from Grand Central. Nothing's come up these middle tracks yet either, have they? So I'm guessing we've got the slow and the fast. Or I can hear something. Or is that me? No, that's me. I thought I could hear another train. I can hear.
The station is Rye. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Please watch the gap between the train and the platform. Rye, 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 Delilah. Oh, that's not much of a braking amount. Wait, okay, we're a bit late now. That's because I'm scared of speeding.
This station is Rye. This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Harrison.
The next station is Harrison. What, Ford? It's got people getting on board. Harrison Ford, my look-alike. No, George Clooney. Harrison, 1.9 miles. Okay, so we've got a 50 limit coming up.
This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Harrison.
I like this because it's a longer route. I like the fact that you've got a station every couple of miles as well. I thought I looked like Roy Cropper. Thank you. Right, so we're doing 50. Got a 50 car. Oh, no, train in the middle track thing. Where are you going? Ah, unless it's waiting to go in. Ah, that's probably waiting to go in where I've just come from. What? No, because that'd be the other side. Unless that's waiting to go in. Oh, hang on, is that going the same way as me? Well, those lights are red at the back. Oh, God. So is that... That should be going the same way as me, shouldn't it, really? But they were red at the back, weren't they? So that's going the other way, but on this track next to me. I'm confused. So that must be the semi-fast. Which is what we'll try and do. I haven't actually looked at the... There's lots of beeps going on here. This is making me so nervous. Unless the middle track's used for sidings. Yeah, but I wouldn't have thought so. Maybe freight or, say, semi-fast services, because this is stopping, starting. So whether that's a semi-fast, but you'd thought that the track next to me here would be going the same way as me, with the one the other side going the other way. But have a look at the overall map when we get to this station.
This station is Harrison. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
So we've got an 80 limit coming up. Thankfully the train's not too complicated. Single-hand operation, brakes are good. visibility's not bad. Not as bad as that stupid thing that goes between Edinburgh and Glasgow. It's one of the few trains as well. I haven't got to open the window to get any noise. Quite like the balance of audio.
This station is Harrison. This is the train.
Right, so we're there at Harrison.
The next station is
So we've
Mamaroneck.
come from up here. Where did we start? Here? Stamford. Yeah, so we've come from up there. And so you've got this spur off. So there's a couple of bits down here. So what's this down here? So you either branch off and come this way, and then I'm guessing this is Grand Central? That's Long Island City. That's New York Penn. So Penn Station's in there. So this must be there's Grand Central. So that's New York Penn. So there must be routes that go in. So we're going to go this way then, and down into Grand Central. But there must be something that goes into New York Penn. So if these are going in and out of Penn as well, I wonder if there's layering then, where on one of the routes in and out of New York Penn, you'll now see these running as well. I'm intrigued. So you've got DC to Boston. I doesn't tell you where they're going. Yeah, this could be interesting as we get closer. So yeah, I'm now wondering whether you're on the New York Penn, any routes that come out of there, you'll see these. Or do these not go into Penn, but the other trains do?
Grand Central. The next station is Mamaroneck.
What? Mamaroneck. That's a word. Right, and get a bit of a move on now. So 8,300 feet to Mamaroneck. So yeah, it feels a little bit busier than a couple of the other routes. Was the Long Island Railroad commuter, the extension one, that when you got past Jamaica, always felt a bit quiet. This, okay, we've only seen a couple of other trains. Oh god, there's an essay. Metro North commuter services using the M8 spanning from New York Penn to Stamford, Connecticut. The route features detailed scenery along the Northeast Corridor, including connections to the Harlem Line, which serves operating both Penn Station and so the Harlem Line's in this. That's where you get the M3 and that, which are drivable services. So yeah, this connects the Harlem Line, and you've got the Morristown Line, and this. Blimey. Oh, I wonder if we found another rail cam station. I wonder if New York Penn would be busier, or Grand Central would be busier.
This station is Mamaroneck. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
I think it did say the busiest route so far in Train Sim World. I don't even know if this is the full timetable. We are now arriving at Mamaroneck. It'd be really cool to ride one of these like lines from New York that go out into the burbs.
This is Mamaroneck. This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Larchmont.
Larchmont. Long station. I suppose long trains. They have to be long stations. Going to Grand Central. Check the passenger doors. They're open. I know they're open. I'm closing them. Yes, I know. I'm closing them. Next station is Larchmont.
This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Larchmont.
That's pretty cheap. $18 for an hour and 20-minute run into New York. Imagine that in the UK. You'd be paying £100. It's almost one of these things that you could go, right, you know, I want to go to New York sightseeing. Don't pay stupid New York prices for hotels. Stay out here. Stay somewhere out here down this line. And you just get a train from Grand Central back to your hotel. And then the following morning you get up and come back into New York. The money you'd save on a hotel. It is. So that, okay. Yeah, so those two other lines are going in the other direction. So that train that was by the side of me earlier then must have been going in the same direction as me. Yeah, that's pretty good, Nige. $44 platforms. Oh God, are they all going to be in this?
Station is Larchmont. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Should we count them, boys and girls? Can you count to 48? Counted to 30 today in French at work. We're having a conversation about languages that you learn at school and then don't do anything with. I said, well, I did French and then switched it to German. But I remember more French than I do German. So I can count in French. I went to how far? So I then stood there and counted to 30. But I said French sounds more polite than German. You count in German and you sound aggressive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Someone worked said, you've been listening to too much Rammstein, haven't you? I said, yeah, maybe. Right, New Rochelle as opposed to Old Rochelle.
This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is New Rochelle.
What if Tony could do German? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. Doesn't the M8 sound like a UFO? It sounds very tube train-like. It's a lot less aggressive. Maybe Tony needs to cover some Rammstein. He did get a little bit of a hot flush. I got a bit of a hot flush. Right, so at what point then are we going to diverge off? We'll look again at the map in a minute and see where we are before we split off to go into Grand Central. I better slow down, otherwise I'll get shouted at. Hang on. There we go. See, it didn't beep at me then and warn me of the 50 until I actually got to it. Oh, I see a tall building. I wouldn't say it's a skyscraper, it's a tall building. Yeah, certainly an interesting route so far.
This station is New Rochelle. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
I will watch the gap between the train and the platform. Yeah, this sort of hits the sweet spot for me. It's a commuter route. I like a commuter route. Couple of mile run, then some stoppy places. Platforms, that's the ones. Yeah, I've got Medway Valley. Obviously can't show it and was going to stream it tomorrow. But because the embargo shifted to 9 PM, I can't now. So the videos I'd done to go on YouTube tomorrow won't now be going out till next Wednesday, and I now won't stream it until next Wednesday.
New Rochelle. This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Pelham.
Pelham. Also, we got the class 90 on Monday. I got video going out on Monday for the class 90. That's quite good. Don't normally like freight stuff, but that's quite good. I'll look at the map, won't I? Yeah, so we're here. So here's the split now then. Yeah, so we're going off round the split. So that, if we carried on, that would take us round and into New York Penn. This takes us into Grand Central. There's a semi-fast. Right, so Pelham.
This is the train to Grand Central.
It calms down in April. For I know what's coming in April, and it's not so hectic. I don't think it's a year-end thing. Some of it is publishers as well. So the reason that Medway's been changed is because they promised the developer that they'd get first stream, basically. So that's why our embargo got shifted to tomorrow, and I think they'd wanted to get that out before the end of the year. Dovetail, obviously we've had Thomas wanting to go out. Obviously the class 90 next week, although that's not a huge release. I think individually those people all wanted to get stuff out before the end of the financial year. I don't think it was Dovetail. But yes, we've all commented. I don't normally speak in the Ambassador's Discord, but even I make comments going, this is ridiculous. And yeah, things are changing from April. Right, the next up is Pelham. Hi Daniel, how's the new line? I quite like it actually. I'm looking forward to seeing if it gets busier. And certainly looking forward to seeing how busy Grand Central is. So it may be that if this is enjoyable, then it may be that next Tuesday I do some more of this and look at some of the other trains on this route.
As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think they value our opinions. And I think they have listened. Grand Central Station looks amazing in real life. That's a bit weird, Michael. Yeah, so semi-fast coming through then. See, I like the mixture of services. I want to try and do a semi-fast coming back out if we get time. So yes, it could be that next Tuesday I'll do another run on this route And then we do Medway on the Wednesday. We be trying to put other Train Sim World 6 stock on Sodor. Probably not. I want to leave that as it is. Streaming that tomorrow, Thomas, and then that's doing some timetable runs. And I'll probably leave Thomas alone for a little while until we get some more stuff. So I want to leave part of it. I don't want to show everything on things like that on the videos or on the streams. I want to give people the chance that if they do watch the content and that encourages them to buy it, that they haven't seen everything. I shouldn't really have gone through the storyline. It's enjoyable to watch. Go via Pelham Power Changeover Track 3. Isn't it just a simple switch thing? Yeah. So we got to go to third rail then down here. Which we can do on the move. Right, so coast. Right, so okay. But we're not on. We are on third rail. Isn't it DC? Yeah, this is AC though. AC. I've got no but. Local power, local pan down, normal. So where's the DC? I don't think it showed that in the top one. DC. I didn't go to the end. Okay, I thought it was that. There we go. Thank you. Washington DC, yeah. Oh, this is an upside down shoe, isn't it? So you don't put the shoe down on the third rail. It's underneath. He did the same thing on my training thing. I can't remember that. I'm really scared to go above the blue dot. Yeah, I guess. So I'm guessing coming back out, we have to do the reverse. Reverse, reverse. Really? Really? Oh, he didn't just come back. Oh, it's gonna make me unlock. Okay, no, it's fine. Some of the trains on the platform, it's okay. If you want to get out, you can get out of the front. Well, I stopped, didn't I? It made me stop. It wasn't my fault. You can't blame me. Such a professional. I know, see? Not everyone can be this professional. You'll miss me when I'm gone. Serves them right for messing with the speed limit. Oh no, I got two jelly babies stuck together. Back of the train still on AC power, yeah. Right, 4.7 miles to Fordham. That's the longest run we've had so far. Hang on, we got 10 minutes to do 4.7 miles.
Grand Central. The next station is Fordham.
And we got a yellow. Does this mean it's about to get really busy? I hope so, because it hasn't felt busy yet. It'll take 15 minutes if I'm driving. So yes, you've got runs in this in the M3 and the M7, which are from Harlem, if you've got those installed. So I think that might be one to look at for next Tuesday. I can already see, because I'm only going to be able to do another run back to where we just came from and do a semi-fast in this, and then that'll be done. We won't have a chance to look at any other routes, any other trains rather. Aha, see? You didn't get me with your 45, did you? So I wonder why it's this much for... Well, I suppose there's no stations. That's why it's this much for a distance. Think back. I started asking a question and answered it myself. Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Streams coming up, by the way. Tomorrow night is more trains, but with Thomas and friends. Going to do some timetabled runs with Thomas on the island of Sodor tomorrow night. Thursday night, more sandwich making in Sandwich Simulator, which I actually quite weirdly enjoyed on Saturday night when we did that. Friday night we got some trucking and tunes in ETS2, starting off in Cardiff in Volkswagen trucks. Saturday night something, don't know what yet, but we'll be here with something, and then Sunday lunchtime back on the farm doing the farmy thing. Easter, I think, will probably be here as normal on the Friday and Saturday. I don't think I'll be streaming on Easter Sunday, but then we'll be here on the Monday evening doing some farming. I will confirm what and when and how and who, etc., etc. this weekend. Right, so we've gone up and over now. We've got 3 miles to go to our next stop. So we're not stopping at these ones then. So we've still not seen that many other trains. We've seen a few M8s. It's yet to feel busy. Which, with a 15-minute service, out in the sticks as we were, I wouldn't expect it to be, you know, trains coming past me constantly. But the closer we're getting now, especially as this run into Grand Central, I would have thought this would have been fairly busy. I think we're about 10-15 minutes away from arriving. Alright, we've got double yellows in front of us. A 60 limit coming up. A 45 limit coming up. See, that doesn't appear anywhere. The next speed limit it showed up on my little HUD thing was the 60. Yeah, don't go out on the rails. That Simpson stuff geezer's out there. Oh, it's another M8 coming the other way. No, that's an M7. So that's the Harlem. That's the Harlem line then. And an M8. Oh, that's close behind. How close are they? Oh, it's going to slam with bloody brakes on now. Oh, you scumbag train. How close were those two trains to each other? So, does the Harlem line come out to here then? I haven't done a Harlem line in such a long time. Intrigued I am. Oh God, really? And thank you very, very much for that. Get yourself some jelly babies on me. I will do exactly that. Thank you indeed. When that came on, I was like, where's that drumming? What's that? Oh, it's the donation thing. The Harlem Line's a key integral part of the Metro North railroad system running north from Grand Central into Manhattan. It connects commuters to Upper Manhattan, the Bronx, Westchester, Putnam, and Dutchess counties. Red. Yeah, it's fine. It's after this next station. Yes, thank you, Anne. Right, red is just up here. Oh, really? Oh, it's going to stop me again. Oh, you scumbag. Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't. Problem is, okay, I use my throttles for this, right? So, the throttles are on my left-hand side behind my farm sim panel. And the button I use to silence the AWS is the top right button on my farm sim panel. So to now to cancel the AWS and reduce my throttles, I have to use the same hand. So for that, I was having to stamp the AWS button and try and push the throttles forward into brake at the same time. It's not easy. I've got to do the same again. Come on. Thank you. Blimey. Right, so there is a red just down here. See, using the throttles is a game changer for Train Sim World. Maybe his driver needs to go back to training. Right, so we stop. Oh, so what is? Hang on, is that the So where are you? Where? Oh God. Where are you going? North White Plains. I almost want to do the other train. I can't tonight, but yeah, I think we'll have to do some more of this on Tuesday. This could be an interesting route. That's the Harlem line, yeah. So maybe now it's worth checking the Harlem line to see if these are now showing on the Harlem line as layering. It could make these American routes a lot more interesting. I can see why it gave me 10 minutes to do 4 miles. Right, we're going to keep the speed.
This station is Fordham. As you leave the train, Please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Well, that's what I say with the layering thing. Sometimes it's worth picking up, like the Morristown is part of this, Harlem Line's part of this. It's worth picking those up if you're going to do the American stuff, so that you get those other trains visible and drivable in this. Yeah, I think we'll do some more of this on Tuesday and then do Medway on Wednesday. I think there might be enough for Medway to be a couple of routes as well. A couple of streams, rather. So it might be Wednesday and then the Tuesday the week after. I think we got a break then till after Easter in April. I won't do a stream on the Class 90. It's just I've got a video going out on that on Monday. But that's on the West Coast Main Line SAF.
This station is Fordham. This is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Harlem 125th Street.
Harlem 125th Street. Which probably 30 years ago you didn't go to. You don't go to Harlem. It's like the Bronx. You don't go to you don't go to the Bronx. Now it's quite up and coming. Right, 4.7 miles then to Harlem 125th Street. And then what I'll do is when we get into Grand Central,
this is the train to Grand Central. The next station is Harlem 125th Street.
We'll have a look at the timetabling for the other runs on this, and then see if we can take a semi-fast. Indeed, artful. God, the follow-up to that was awful. I think I'm just going to keep the speed limit under that blue dot. I think that's probably safer. I was thinking that was from Coming to America. Is that not from Coming to America? Because the sequel to that was horrid. First one, brilliant. Sequel, horrid. The next station opened in 1874. Harlem Nights was a sequel. Or was it just Coming to America 2? Or Coming to America Again, or whatever it was called. Yeah, I'm disappointed by this, but it's not as busy as I thought it was going to be. We haven't seen that many other trains, really. You'd think at 9 AM or approaching 9 AM that this would be just really busy. Right, so yeah, 45 coming up. Definitely got air on the side of caution. So another M8 coming up there. They're all stuck at reds. Yeah, but that'd be behind me, wouldn't it? That's not, that's an M7. So that's on the Harlem line. So I've got every single route installed. So it's not like I'm missing a layer. Yeah, don't watch Coming to America. It was awful. Blimey. I don't mind it putting the brake on you, but when it puts the brake on you for a speed limit that you're not aware of coming up, whether it's that the HUD isn't picking up on all the speed limits, so it's a dovetail error or the route maker's error. Because if that was the case, like now I've got like a 45 limit, but I haven't. So it's not showing me all of the speed limits on the HUD. So I can't do anything about them in advance. So you almost have to err on the side of caution and go slow. See, it didn't warn me of that 30. Gotta say it. I think the Harlem line felt busier, and the stuff out of New York Penn, that bit up to Jamaica, and certainly Jamaica Station, was busy. Yeah, the red dot's at 75, but now, see, that's just gone up. The next speed limit I'm seeing is a 60. But I don't know what the next speed limit's going to be. Signal speed is showing 45 on the display. But I'm scared to do 45. So I'm getting overtaken by other commuter trains. Yeah, I know it's busy. Alright, so you've got 2 miles to go to Harlem, and then we got the run into Grand Central. So we've got a yellow, then another yellow. There's the 45. That one got bright. So we're not stopping here. Going underground. There's that train in front. Alright, so you've got a 50, then a 40, then a 35. So I've got to pick a speed limit. Spin it. Well, yeah, again, I don't know if it's that Dovetail's system isn't picking up the speed limits. I think if they showed properly on the HUD, I'd be absolutely fine, because you know what speed limit's coming and you know what speed to get yourself to. So has that just had to, yeah, that's just had to stop. I'm guessing for me. So yeah, we got a 40 now. What? So it's variable to keep you at a certain pace away from the train in front. Then how would a driver know? But then on other trains, didn't you? Like the Southeastern High Speed, for example, it pre-warns you what the speed limit is coming up and gives you time to slow down. This doesn't. It just changes. And if you're over the speed limit that you don't know that's coming up, it will just stop you. I recognise this bridge. Yeah, I've been over this in the Harlem line. Yeah, so I like that these two lines are connected now. Oh, we got a 40. I think that says 35 on my track speed down there. So I wonder if that's the bit. I wonder if that changes in advance. I've not really been looking at that.
This station is Harlem 125th Street. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Yeah, that's gone to 40 now. Oh god, 4 trains. So yeah, so we got the semi-fasts going on and us. So we've got the Harlem line coming in, our line coming in. Don Rado, 71 of the months. Thank you very much, Don. Hope you're doing okay. That is many of the months. 71 to be precise.
This station is Harlem 120.
Look how close those two trains are together, look. So is that train... Look at the length. Are they stuck? I'm guessing they're stuck. Hang on. Or they just parked. I know I'm holding up things now, but yeah, that's okay. Okay, this feels busy. Yeah, there's a train literally. Look how close that is. Blimey. That's mad. So are these broken here, or are they just queuing to get in? I've never seen that. Queuing to get into a station. That must be broken. Look at it. That's got to be some sort of broken AI. That's ridiculous. That's got to be every train coming out of Grand Central. Just look. Oh, we're about to be undertaken as well. Yeah, the AI must be broken on that right-hand track. Because they're still queuing. Well, that's the last train. There must be like 5 trains there in a queue. Never seen that. Trains queuing to get into a station. Right, we got 10 limit in 2 miles. Okay, this is feeling busier, but it's the first time we've had busy. Okay, so you've got a 45 coming up. Yeah, I think the speed limits are variable. Depending on how far away you are from the train in front, it varies your speed. Yeah, so that's 2 trains there so far. They're just queuing. And an M8 in there. What's that doing in the middle? Am I going to end up queuing? God, does that mean a train could suddenly appear in front of me? Yeah, I saw that the first time, Michael. Oh, yeah, a different version of it, but yeah. But it doesn't seem like they do stop because a train's in front. Because they get that close. The thing is, if Grand Central's a terminus station, they've got to turn around and come out. Right, we've now got to go slow. This is ridiculously busy. Good thing we're not queuing. Imagine that, getting a route into this and you've just got to sit in queue. Yeah, maybe it's slowing us down because there's going to be someone in front of us. Can you imagine being on a train coming into this and knowing how far out you are? Because they must be having to wait for track allocations. So they just sit outside and wait for a track to become clear. That's a lot of trains we've gone past. It's not like they're all M7s. They're not all Harlem line. Some of them's the same route that we're on, or same trains, if they come from the same place. All going to Grand Central. Oh, hang on. There's a train in front of me. So we can't sit here and wait now. We literally can't sit here and wait for a track to come clear. Is this busy enough? We've got to look at the map. We've got to. Right, so we're... Oh my good God. So we're there. That's just non-stop. There's a red there. There's a gap there. So they're waiting for... But there's nothing in the... Holy shit balls. But there's nothing in here. Delayed by 45 minutes. Train terminates here. Delayed by 45 minutes. Train terminates here. Delayed by 35 minutes. But there's nothing in the station. I reckon something's broken AI-wise. So that's going to go through. I reckon, I almost think it's one of these trains down here. Because that's going to come out on the line past us. We can't go anywhere. So the right-hand line is the one going in. The left-hand line is the one going out. But they're not going out. which means they're not. Once that train comes out, another should clear. But has that got the room to go forward? Yeah, it has. So that's going to come out fine. Okay, let's keep an eye on these signals then. But this one's through the signal. That stopped off path. I think this train is causing problems because that's through the red. It's not. There's a gap this end, so that hasn't gone far enough. I think that train might be causing our problems. Remove train. Right. So let's go back down here then and see if that causes... That's just... There we go. Right. Now they're moving here. Yeah, the problem is they can't... We're now going to see that train come past. Oh, there you go. They're moving, look. So on our right, they're now going out. That's what it was. That one train. Yeah, they're all moving. That train's speeding up, coming through. Right, what we want to see then... is stuff coming, because we're here, we're on the end of this one. I don't think we're going to shift until all of these have gone in. There's that train that we just heard, that's just come through on our left. So all of these have got to come in and find a home before this track clears and lets us in. Because those are on a red. Yeah, occasionally the AI does freak out. Yeah, so they're moving. So they're coming in fine. What we need is to clear the line in front of us, really. So if we look now, yeah, this line to the right is shifting. Grand Central is first in, first out. Yeah. So we got to wait until all that lot has come in. It is moving. So they've all got to go in and find platforms. I don't think it will let us go until all that lot has gone in. Right, they've now got a red. So they're not going any... Sorry, Connor. I didn't ignore you on purpose, buddy. Hang on, no. They've got a yellow. Now you've got a red. So you can just about see a yellow there. Right. Yeah. So I don't think we'll go anywhere until all of those... I can't fast forward time. God mode doesn't work on this route yet. We had something similar, didn't we? The first time I did a route on New York Penn, there was a blockage and there was just so many trains coming in and going out. I think once this gets cleared, so that one AI train caused that. Once this clears, I think this bit will be busy. You know what? That's probably why we didn't see that many trains coming back the other way when I expected it to get busier, because they're all bottlenecked here. They couldn't go in, and therefore they couldn't go out. It was saying they were 45 minutes late. So they've got to go in, go to their platforms, which some of these still haven't got to yet, do the turnaround, and come back out again. So that's why we didn't see much, is because they couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't go in, but we're not going to shift until... I think all of that line, so until this moves, we're not going to go anywhere because we're about 4 or 5 train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 6 trains in. So the ones on the right are moving. Happy days, Connor. Right, now hang on, they've stopped. Why have you stopped? Oh, I've got to wait for that one to clear this signal down here before that one can then go. Yeah, what we want is one of these to change, but we can't because they're all, some of these are coming across our track. So if our pathing is in here and any of these are coming across that, it's not letting these ones in front of us go until that's clear. It's interesting. I like the fact that it's busy and say, look at all these tracks. That's mad. And you've got flipping New York Penn down here with stuff coming in and going out. So that's why this is queuing all the way back here. Look at it. See, now they're starting to move. Look, here's stuff joining the end of the queue. A bit like when you on a motorway and you see a traffic jam and then you drive past it on the other direction. You drive past it and you see the poor buggers in the distance whipping along quite happily and you go, ha ha ha, you don't know what's coming. So that's the same thing there. Look, that's just going to come in and join the back of this traffic jam in. So why have you stopped? Stop rail vehicle obstruction. Okay, we'll remove you then. Let's just see if that then frees up stuff going that other way. Stop off path. I think we're going to have to delete a few trains. Oh god, hang on. There we go. Right, that's stopped in front of us now as well. I think the AI's freaked out somewhere. Stop rail vehicle obstruction. So what's gone wrong there? I know it's the other way and isn't really affecting us, but I'm just trying to clear the jam now. I want to get into Grand Central. Stop rail vehicle obstruction. What has gone wrong with these? See, these are moving. It's always the same minute. You're stuck in the queue that isn't moving. Yeah, it's why are these trains stopped? Actually, you can't get out of the cab and punch the drivers. Yeah. Right, I want to get to a point where some of these actually start moving. That's another stop train vehicle obstruction. That's going quicker now. The one on my right. Right. What is causing this? Stop road vehicle transfer roadway. Yeah, I don't know what. I'm guessing it's an actual thing, but I don't know. Right, so they're all removed. That's waiting at a stop signal. Okay, they're going quicker now. Right, so look down the other end then. I'll see if we come up with any progress. Yeah, they're going quicker going in. How many is there? I want to get... At this rate, we're not going to be able to do a second run. But I am determined to take this train all the way into Grand Central. Yeah, so I'm here. Here's me, waiting. We've only seen one other train leave. Yeah, that's... Well, I'm guessing they've got to go in and turn around and come back out. Yeah, another one leaving here, look. And one there. So, yeah, they're starting to leave now, but I'm guessing they've got to come in. Go down, turn around for a certain amount of time, and come back. So now we should start seeing them coming past us on the way out. It's just that they're so slow going in. Because of this 10-mile-an-hour speed limit. Yeah, that's got a yellow now, look, going the other way. So that will come past. I think now we've got rid of the bottleneck. They should start to move. But they've got to find their own tracks. Or where they're supposed to be going. Down here. That's the downside, I suppose. Imagine you're trying to write this. Yeah, so these are still coming in. And some of these are so late. 1629 is that one. So that's going to be sat there for hours. We can hear them now speeding up going past us. Yeah, so they're coming out here. That's coming in. Is that something coming past me? Oh, it's those still. Oh, yeah, imagine in well, that's just come to a stop by the side of me. If we'd have been in that queue on the right, we'd have been fine. Because at least we'd have been moving. The fact that we're just sat... I'll turn the game volume up a bit so you can hear the other trains trundling. So that's what we can hear now. The trains on our right are moving. There's a green going out. So as trains start to come out, which that one now is, they'll start getting the greens going out. So they should pick up speed as much as they can. Oh, hang on, they've moved. They've moved in front of us. Hang on a minute. We're moving. Just don't crash into the train in front. I'd probably end up coupling to it. How late is this train? Well, trains leaving are 45 minutes late. We're about 15 minutes late, 20 minutes late, I recommend. Would I recommend it? I think I need to do another run. I think there the AI is freaked out and has caused a blockage. And I think that's affected how busy this line was coming out. We'll certainly get time because we're not far off now getting in. We'll certainly get time to do something out of Grand Central, which is what I want to do. We haven't even seen Grand Central yet. Yeah, the arrival time's gone off my screen. Oops. Hopefully I haven't just coupled to that train. Right. Well, we moved. Right, there's a yellow. We'll be going again now. Yeah, so they're speeding up coming out now. Look, that's an advantage. Have you broken? Stop off path. Yes. Right. No, I didn't connect to it. Yeah, I think one train at some point has got stuck, and that's what's caused these problems. It's interesting. Almost reminds me of like City Skylines. Just trying to work out, okay, what's broken it? What's gone wrong? Yeah, there you go. You can hear something coming out that's going quite quickly. Oh, there's brakes. Right, I stopped again. Right, go down and have a look at the front. We are getting closer to the front. Stop off path. I'm just going to end up removing a lot of these trains because there's something down here that's causing problems. It's because they're stopping and blocking the signals. Yeah, so we're moving down here. They're moving. Trains. I was waiting. God, I'm actually looking forward to driving a train into Grand Central because that's going to be massive. That's why I didn't want to quit it. I was determined to bring the train in. And yeah, we'll certainly do a bit of a semi-fast service coming back out. And hopefully this isn't the norm. Go and talk to Elton John. Oh God, yeah, imagine station announcement for 30 platforms. Oh, there's brakes. I just find it bizarre that they allow them to stop this close together. Always reminds me of trams. That amazes me when you get trams that stop close together. It's the points more than anything. I think, how do they get chance for the points to switch? It is different. I suppose they've got to. They've got to allow that closeness that you've maybe at a certain speed you can just then use your common sense and just butt up to the train in front. It's bizarre. We're just queuing for a platform. You'd think America would be all over this, wouldn't you, being the way they are? Right, so at least they're moving a bit quicker on the right now. But handily, we're not. He says as the train's on the right. Stop. I mean, we're now going to go. Or is something else now blocking the... I'm determined to get this flipping train into this station. That's red. Stop signal. Stop signal. Stop signal. So you've stopped there. Yeah. So we now can't go because that train there can't go because of this train here can't go. Jeez, look at the mess of the tracks. Because of this train down here, which has been delayed by 5 minutes. Because they've got to cross over so many tracks. Can you tell me what time the next train will be here? Yeah, that was the London thing, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, that's different because there's a red at the end of the platform, so you can go up to it. But these aren't controlled by a red. So what's stopping these moving forward? Still waiting for something to come out. I suppose that's got to come over. That's got to come out. Because it's such a bottleneck as well. Because you've only got these limited number of tracks coming in. It doesn't take much to stop the stuff coming in. You know, it's 4 tracks. 2 going out, 2 coming in. So if something coming in is waiting for something to go out, this whole tunnel just jams up. So we're now waiting for this one to move. Which I'm guessing is waiting for one of these to finish moving. Then that signal will then change because it's probably want to come over here. So we'll see what happens when this goes past this stop down here. Yeah, I think all of this, I think one train probably broke. So one AI train broke at some point. And because all this other stuff is routing to come in and come out, there's just been one hell of a backlog. Where have you come from? Yeah, so they're leaving. Fine. But they're not going in. Right, that's speeding up. That's got the green. Right, there we go. We should start moving now. That's got the green into its platform, which means that one behind it then, this should now be able to go if that's got to come over here somewhere. Which means we should then, yeah, there's a yellow in front of us now. There you go. So we're now moving. So all it took was one train waiting for its platform. And now we move. I quite, in a weird way, I quite like this, because you're looking, just waiting for like the trains to shuffle about. I think it'd be quite an interesting thing just to sit and watch the trains come in and out of these tunnels. There you go. We've moved one train length. It's almost hardly worth moving. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do some more of this next Tuesday, because we're not really going to get a chance to see much of it, because it could take another 15 minutes for us to get to the platform. We've still got 3,000 feet to go. Oh, we're moving again. Well, you can. I'm just determined. I could have quit. I could have gone, no, we're not going to do it. But I want to get a train into Grand Central. I've not seen Grand Central yet. You know, Penn in this is busy enough. Right, so there is a red up ahead of us. See, this lot on the right isn't moving now. But trains are coming out quite fast. So I think this bottleneck's clearing. I think there's a couple of broken trains, and that's just caused all of this. Which is where all the AI trains were. So I think that line would be a lot busier. I was saying as we approached, hang on, we seem quite close here, and there's not many trains. Yeah, no wonder, because they couldn't get out of the station. They were stuck here. Yeah, we're getting closer. We've just got to get down here. Yeah, so look, they're moving in now. So they are. They're just waiting for their relevant platforms. So I can over under that, look. Grand Central Ladder 0. So that must be going up and over. So they must be on different levels. Look at this. That's a lot of 42 tracks. There are 2 levels. Okay. Oops. Yeah, that was quite shouty, Nigel. It's fine. We'll let you off. I'll be interested to see when we do finally get in. I will take another route out of Grand Central. We'll take a semi-fast and do a little bit of that, just to see if we actually get out okay. Are getting closer. So yeah, this lot on the right hasn't moved for ages. Yet thankfully we are moving, and that's, well, that's all I care about. Considering it's supposed to be like an hour and 20-minute run, it's taken us an hour and 54 minutes so far. See if the station was worth the wait. Yeah. Hang on, that's ground to... Oh no, that's not ground to a halt. That's going. Yeah, so they're coming out. We're going in. Thankfully, yeah, the one to my right isn't going anywhere. So we should move soon. I just want to get this thing into the station. 2,900 feet. Just don't run the red at the front of the queue. Oh God, you imagine that. Coming up on YouTube this week, a very special video going out on Friday. A 10-year anniversary of me putting content out on YouTube. I know, I can't believe it either. There's also an OMSI going out on Sunday as well, the 10-year anniversary of me putting OMSI content out on YouTube. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to explore the station in this one. I think I'll do that next Tuesday. We need tissues. Can we have a cake? There was a couple of different things I was going to do on that video. I actually thought about re-recording it as well, but no, I've left it. Well, first time I started recording it, I ran out of space on the hard drive on the streaming rig, so I had to record it again. Good thing, really, because I was spiraling on the first version. So I'm glad I actually recorded it, because I managed to get sort of right. No. Right, yeah, they are still moving. Slowly. What's that waiting for now? Is that waiting for that? Oh, God. We're waiting on multiple. We are literally just going to be one route. It's going to be the whole thing tonight, isn't it? Trying to get this flipping train into Grand Central. So that's something coming out past me we can hear. So we're waiting on that train there, which is at a stop. So that must be waiting for its track, which I'm guessing it's waiting for this then to come out before it can go in. Yeah, that's got the green. That shouldn't affect that. There's nothing else down there that would affect... Oh, no. Because it can't come over here, so why is it... That can only come over to here, or go over to there. But there's nothing coming out that way. So what's stopping that? There's nothing else down there. And that's stopping us going any further forward. I'm going to wait and see if when that clears this signal, whether that then goes. If it doesn't, I don't know what else is causing that to wait. There's nothing else moving down here. There's not many other trains in the station because they're all in the flipping tunnel. So we're waiting on this one. New Cannon to Grand Central is the one that's, I think, stopping us. But it doesn't say... See, if you knew what platform it was going to, but you don't. But we literally cannot go anywhere until that's moved out of the way. So do I just delete it? I'm just going to delete it. See if that cures our problem. Right. Will we now move? Yes. No. Ha! Handily, that's meant the ones on our right are now moving, but we're not. Typical. It may be all we do tonight, but I'm determined to get this bloody train to a platform. We'll have to do some more runs next week. So what's stopping us now? It's almost, you always think that they would come in out 4 tracks out the tunnel. They'd come in, they'd spread out into these and then spread out again into these. Yeah, well, that's my path, isn't it, here? But we haven't got to that point yet. See, that's something moving pretty quick. Yeah, that's that coming past me now. So they're leaving quite quickly, and we got yellows. Now that stopped down there at that red again. Why? What are you waiting for that's down here? You can't be waiting for anything. Is the AI just completely broken? Are we moving yet? No. There's a cow on the line. Right, I'm just going to start deleting some trains. And see if I can get rid of... I don't think it's the one at the front of my queue is a problem. If that does the same thing now and can't get past these signals down here... Now, why have you stopped there? Stop off path. Oh, for God's sake. I'm just going to sit here. See, they're stopping where they shouldn't be. Whether they're just that late that they don't know where to go now. The AI programming isn't designed for a train to be 45 minutes late. Right, what we don't want, in theory, is that those trains on the right to stop. What we want is us to, like that. Damn it. Why? Oh no, they are still moving. Have we got to wait? Hang on, how much is there behind us? Are they still joining at the back? There's not many trains behind us now. There's quite a few. Bloody hell. Yeah, they're moving out. Okay. Right, there's quite a few still. Oh, no, they're moving of their own accord. I think there was so many of them jammed up that they just didn't know what to do. So the downside is we're just sat here waiting for this lot to go. I still can't believe they run that close together. There must be a good 10 or 15 trains on that track. Oh God, they stopped again. See, they're leaving fine. Stop signal. Why? Why have you stopped? There's nothing down here. There's literally nothing. There's nothing on this side. There's not a single train in this side of Grand Central. So what's stopping you? I'm going to remove you. Yeah, I think in the core they are, because they're computer controlled. They're not human controlled. But these are human controlled. I want us to move, not them. Something's gone wrong with the pathing for the AI. So they're coming to here, and then they're all red. Which means we're not moving. Because I think some of us want to go over here, but we can't because these are in the way, and because these aren't moving, we can't move. So that's probably just going to come down to here and stop. Because you can't tell what the other aspect is. You can see that's so that's red going that way. That's fine if that clears this signal, which it won't, then this next train could come out, but it can't because that's now got reds because it's blocking that next signal. Yeah, so that they sit there and don't go any further. I'm just going to have to keep deleting trains, aren't I? Right, I'm going to delete the one at the front of my line. And see what that changes. So no, see, they're all coming in on this track F and not going any further and just stopping down here. I moved its path, not the train. Did I? Oh. Okay. My bad. Alright, there we go. So we're shifting now. Hang on, that's got the green through. Hang on, I wonder if all what if all this is because of that one train at the front of my queue? I think one train broke at some point, and this is the aftermath. It probably broke when I started, not long after I started the service, when I was probably halfway. Oh yeah, here's a red. Going to stay well back from that red. I'm going to stay back here where this train stops. We're getting closer. All right. Yeah, so they're about to clear, so we should be able to go to the next one. Yeah, we got the yellow. And then the red. I can see more tracks. We're finally coming out the tunnel. Alright, so there's the other track that comes out. Yeah, another red. I've got to do this again to see if it's right the other way. That was audio. Okay, so we've now got two reds in front of us. So this is a bit now where I think will it know to put us onto a path where we can get into a platform? Yeah, they're moving out now. I think if this is running well, like up here where you got two tracks coming in, two tracks going out, in theory should be really busy. Yeah, I know there's a red. The platform is on the map. Crawling our way through the tunnels, indeed. I like the route. I think I had a false impression of it because of this AI. When I was saying it's not busy enough. What? How is this busy? It's God, that goes down. I think it's because the audio AI was stuck in here, which we had once on the New York Penn one. So we're going up. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh no, that's a view. We've got the train down there below us. Right, stop at track 24. Hooray! So 2.25 hours to do, yeah, scheduled time 9:11. So we're 45 minutes late. I think
this station is Grand Central. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
I forgot about the announcements. Yeah, I think it will be actually quite good being busy. Yeah, I'd be interested to see if anyone's got the route. Try this exact time that I did. Whatever it was. 7:50 something. 7:49 from Stamford to Grand Central. I'll be interested to see if anyone has the same issue. Finally arriving at Grand Central with flickering lights. I don't know if there's toilets on the train. I would have thought so. Oh, okay, we're going over here. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I think we'll have to do this again next Tuesday. You only managed one run. "45 minutes late, but we're here." There's a lot of modelling has gone into this. Always a bonus to arrive alive. And we have arrived.
This station is Grand Central. As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform.
Ow. I also want to have a quick run around. So yeah, so you got the upper platforms. Can we get down to the lower platforms? It's up here. Okay. That's somewhere. Track 42. That's as far as we can get. So can we not get down to the other platforms then? Yeah, performance has been okay. Yeah, so where are those lower ones? Yeah, 38 to 42. Yeah, that's fine. That's up. How do we go? How can we not go down? Is there not another? Because that's where we've just come in. Hang on, what we got here? No. Track 13, track 11. No. So we can't get down to the lower tracks then. That's route hopping. Yeah. Okay. I thought there'd been a way of getting... Hang on, what about a lift? Well, that's come up from somewhere. Okay, yeah, that's the lower platforms then. So that's where the M7s and stuff come in. So we can't get to the main, because there's the huge Grand Central's got a massive, great big atrium. So is that not modelled in this? I'm guessing not. Lifts to upper level. Chris, thanks very much for that. 2 months. That is many of the months. So that's corridors down. I reckon it'd be through those doors to the right. You realise what I've got to try and do now, though? I've got to try and find my train. So I got to find that lift, so I can go and close my doors and get the reward for the route. Okay. Switch platforms 113 to 117. Main concourse Grand Central is not main concourse is not modelled. We want to go up. It's a big station. Right, what platform do we got? We've got to go and try and find our train. Hello, train. There you are. Right, let's go and close the doors. Done. 33 miles took us 2 hours and 15 minutes. We got this coming at some point as well. I don't know when. That's certainly going to be interesting. Blimey. Well, I think it'd be busier if there wasn't for that AI getting stuck. That's because I'm professional. That's why I got platinum. And don't forget, I can't show it you tomorrow as my original plan was because of embargo changes, but I will be doing the Medway Valley line next week. And it's rather good. I haven't done a full line run in it yet. There's a couple of videos coming out on YouTube next week. But yes, rather good. So that's my one for next week. For this though, so yes, we've got long runs in the M8. I want to do the M7 and stuff. So you've got North White Plains. So that is the Harlem line. But the Harlem line carries on, doesn't it? So they're like 20-minute runs. The M3 then is the same. Makes me want to do the Harlem line again. We got the Morristown stuff as well, going out of New York Penn. And then you've got the Acela's Stamford to Penn. So you can do a high-speed Acela route in. And the AJP doing stuff in and out. So I think actually it could be an interesting route. Very much so. But yes, we will do more of that, I think, next Tuesday, because we've got to do the return run now to see how busy it is leaving Grand Central. See if we can get out through those tunnels without any problems. More trains tomorrow night, though, with Thomas and his friends back on Sodor, having a bit of fun, doing some timetable runs in James, in Thomas, and in Gordon. That's the plan tomorrow. Thursday night, we're back in the sandwich shop making sandwiches. Really enjoyed that on Saturday. Friday night, we got some trucking and tunes. We do the trucking, you do the tunes. Should be easier. R. Songs or artists starting the letter R for Romeo on Friday night. Saturday night, be here with something. Don't know what yet. Might try and find something new. Steam sale finishes in 2 days' time. I may need to have a look and see what's out. Sunday, more farming, and then next Tuesday, more of this. Next Wednesday will be Medway Valley. Next Thursday is something I can't remember. And next Friday is something as well. Anyway, so there we go. No problem, Michael. There we go. Thanks very much, Dulot, then, for keeping me company throughout that one. I enjoyed that, even though it took us a while to get in. I will look forward to doing more of that. And thanks to these people as well. I don't know why I said it like that. Thanks to Don Rado and Chris for resubscribing, Ant for the very kind donation. I will go and buy some jelly babies. Sim for the bit, and the moderation team for doing absolutely nothing. Thank you indeed. I will be back all by myself again tomorrow night in trains, playing with Thomas and his friends. 101 bits. Hang on. Hang on. Ignore that bit. Ignore that. Thanks to Sim for the 101 bits. Wow, that's so generous of you, Sim. Is that better? Did that sound genuine? Hopefully. I do appreciate it. There we go. I'll be back tomorrow night with Thomas and his friends. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.